he fills a need for us long term. I don't expect that we'll see him shortly, but he's come a long way in a short amount of time. He was playing midget hockey not too long ago. So we'll bring him to rookie camp and try to get him going in the right direction. And someone asked me earlier how long is it going to take for him, and it's going to take as long as it takes. There's not going to be any rushing any of these players. We want to do a better job of being as deep as we can be, so we can keep the players where they should be playing until they're developed and ready to come and play for us.
What kind of talk was there getting up in possibly top 5, top 10, or was there serious talk?
Yeah, we looked at moving up pretty high. That just the assets to move up didn't make any sense. The temptation to try to do something is always there. I think as you get closer to the draft, the temptation actually even increases, and you have to make sure that you check yourself, because it's pretty easy to do some pretty significant damage to the organization by moving pieces out that you think are going to be long-term pieces of the puzzle. So, yes, did we look? What were their options? There was a couple of options, but they weren't going to help the Toronto Maple Leafs. They were going to probably set us backwards.
What was the element of Frederik's game that really sold you on taking him here?
He's a two-way center. He's lauded for his defensive play. There's no question about that. People talked about his face-offs, his back check, his intelligence. But he put up over 20 goals as well, and we're pretty comfortable that he should be round out to a second line center top end, but at least a third line guy that can be very responsible. And, again, put up some offense, but he's the type of player that you need to eat up minutes. A big minute crunching centerman that right now we're lacking.
Right now, does he have the toughness that you guys are looking for?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't shy away. He goes into tough areas that I don't think we haven't seen, or I haven't seen him fight or anything like that. I'm not saying he won't, but he hasn't shied away from anybody. And I think when you're that big and that thick, you probably feel fairly comfortable going wherever you want. But he's there's a lot of work to do with a player like that. He's come a long way, but there's a lot of parts of his game that are going to need work, and that's up to us now and up to Frederik to put that time in.
There's a lot of new type players coming out of the queue. Not new, but I mean just tougher. It's a different queue than it was.
Yeah, it is a little more aggressive for sure. Still, you see that a lot of the skill players still are popping up, but yeah, there's maybe a more well-rounded league than it was in years past. No question.
Did the World Under-18 raise his stock in his performance there?
Yeah, no question. Yeah, he played a pretty significant role there. Again, you look at a lot of the minutes that he ate up were important minutes, a lot of key face-offs. He scored some important goals, but again, I don't think that was the part of his game that attracted us to him. We think he does have some offense, but the two-way part of his game was pretty appealing.
How about the other way around? Was there a serious chance of perhaps giving your pick away to another team? Were there offers made towards them?
Yeah, we talked about moving our pick. It would have still resulted in us having a first-round pick, but again, once it became clear to us that Frederik and/or another player that we really liked were going to be available, then we made the decision that it was important that we take that player and not move down the draft order.
There was a weird moment where they moved you up in the draft. What happened there?
I don't know what happened there, but I heard you guys were all scrambling.
Oliver Stone's going to make a movie about it.
I didn't see it, but it was quickly rectified, unfortunately.
With all the talk that's been happening with deals and whatnot, are you surprised that there's just been as few as there have been?
No, it's the talk's been going on for days, and it's we talked about this. We have for the last couple of weeks. There are deals you'd like to make. There are players there that you like, but everyone is focused now on their payroll and the cap coming down, and it's made it very difficult to move players or to take players. There's players that I think that a lot of teams would like to take, but they just don't seem to fit right now. So, with all the talk and all the players that have been kind of bandied about, there hasn't been many deals, and it's solely because of, in my opinion, because of the cap, and it's going to have an impact on free agency and an impact on signing your own players.
Was the template
kind of big impact on them, isn't it?
Well,
You guys are vulnerable in a way.
a little bit. The only thing there is that, I think RFAs are a little bit different because some of them do have arbitration rights, and then you're going to end up with a deal, whatever it is. But there'll be some decisions made, in terms of players bought out, players let go. Everyone's trying to find a way to create more space without hurting their team, and that's the difficult part. I think it's not that hard to create space. There's compliance buyouts. You can always move some people around, but you want to make sure you're not damaging your team in the process.
Speaking of buyouts, did you actually meet with Le Cavalier last night, and how did that meeting go?
We did meet. I won't comment on how it went, but we did meet. I would expect that Vinny's going to meet with a lot of teams. He's still an elite player in this league, and wherever he ends up, he'll have a significant impact.
Out of that, is he of interest?
Well, we'll see.
Dave, the template moving forward, you look at the young centers, Colburn, Gauthier now, Crescenzi. Is this the way you'd like to go up the middle in the next few years?
Yeah, no disrespect to wingers, because they're obviously you need quality wingers to win, and we think we've got some of the best in Kessel and Lupul and Van Riemsdyk. But if you look at championship teams, are generally built down the middle, and with defense and goaltending, we're comfortable with our goaltending and what we have coming. We think our back end prospects are very good. Guys that will be in a Leaf uniform between maybe next year and 2 or 3 years down the road. We're a little thin down the middle, and we didn't reach for this player. It wasn't like we went off our draft list to get him. We were hopeful we'd be able to pick a center. The scouts had a clear direction, which was pick the best player. If it's a defenseman again, we'll take one. It turned out that Frederik was available, and we picked him. But in terms of success of our team, we need to increase the depth down the middle, and we took a step there today.
Well, did you speak to them at the combine? And did your scouts, and did they like what they heard, obviously?
Yeah, scouts have talked to him significantly. We've been around him a fair bit, and it's you never know when you're talking to a player directly whether the answers are coming from within or if they're coming from pages that they've studied. This kid's a pretty genuine kid. When you talk to him, it's pretty easy to see that he's telling you what he thinks. It's not nothing that he's
a pretty smart kid too. At Harvard.
Yeah, that's a positive too. We get. We lost an Ivy Leaguer when we moved Ben, so we just added another one in.
Dave, sorry, I missed the start of your assist, but do you have any hope or thought that you might be able to get something done here trade-wise still today?
Yeah, it's a possibility. Yeah, we were saying earlier, they're hard. The deals are hard to come by right now. They're not hard to put together on paper. They're just hard to finalize, and we'll see if we can do something. But if not, then we'll just head into next week with the group we have, and I think there's going to be a lot of moving parts that go beyond draft day.
When you say that it's easy to put together on paper, is that saying, well, this is a good hockey trade, and the hard part is this is a bad cap trade?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you made any decision or thought much about the window that you're going to have to negotiate with free agents now, and how you'll approach that? Will you maybe bring someone in on sort of new ground, I guess?
Yeah, it is. No, we haven't really focused on it too much. I think we'll get through today. Take a day to breathe, and then we'll have a plan for that. You don't know. We don't know how our team's going to look 48 hours from now. It could be exactly the same, which would give us some clear direction on free agency, but it could be different as well. So we'll probably get through the next couple of days, and we'll formulate a plan.
Thanks, David.
All right, thanks.
Thank you very much.